Good afternoon, Ghana. It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Hashtag Stop Galamsey now, still on. Hello, good afternoon. This is the Christmas edition of the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hayes 103.9 FM in Accra, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and MyJoyOnline.com. We're also live in all 16 regions of Ghana, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up, more uncertainty over release of the 2024 WASSCE results despite Education Minister's assurance that it will be out by the 29th of December. We'll hear from WAEC, which is racing against time to finish up the marking in 4 days.
To get the results out on or before 29th of this month. So I came and I saw the workers.
The machine keeps on breaking down. They are fast good, but they keep on breaking.
Stalemate over two outstanding constituencies, Dominic Kwabenya and Ablekuma North, with both the NPP and NDC refusing to accept each other's pink sheets for the collation process as EC gives Friday deadline.
We have scanned all the pink sheets in Ablekuma North constituency.
We will not accept any scan copy in this process. We will not. Why? We are put clearly that cannot be the case. Anybody can see this is an era of technology.
Minister of Works and Housing stormed Saglemi housing sites following yesterday's inferno that raised down tons of building materials at the site. We'll take you live there for an update. And the Ghana Health Service urged Ghanaians to observe strict personal hygiene this Christmas as it takes drastic measures to bring the cholera situation under control. We'll also hear from President Akufo-Addo, who is charging Ghanaians to protect the peace and unity that defines the country's path to greatness.
The rule of law will prevail, no matter what. I urge the security services to take a firm stand against any actions that threaten the stability and harmony of our land.
And in less than 24 hours, Hebrew Botanical Gardens will be preparing to welcome thousands of families for Ghana's biggest party, the Joy FM Family Party in the Park. And already some eager revelers couldn't wait. They are already there for rehearsal.
Which of the games do you think you can partake in?
Dancing.
You can dance very well?
Yeah.
Are you going to have fun?
I really like food, so I will partake in the eating competition.
You really like food?
These and more with me, Fred Smith. Joy News is your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. A very Merry Christmas to you and your families. We start with education. In just 4 days, the West African Examinations Council will be releasing results of the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination, which has already delayed due to indebtedness and machine breakdowns. And this is according to the Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei-Aduchum. Well, hundreds of thousands of students who took the exam and their parents are worried about the delay as they are unable to take any further step in the education until the results are released. Yesterday, Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei-Aduchum visited WAEC and assured that the results will be ready by the 29th of this month, which is just 4 days away.
The fate of over 400,000 candidates who sat for this year's WASSCE have remained uncertain for the last 3 months following delays by the West African Examination Council to release their results due to broken scanning machines. Their inability to fix it was blamed on government's indebtedness to the council to the tune of 118 million cedis. Following a 25 million cedis payment from the Education Ministry last Friday, WAEC deployed a skeleton team to expedite marking of the scripts. Public Affairs Director of WAEC, John Kapi, yesterday told Joy News technicians are working tirelessly to fix the machines, paving way for the marking of the papers.
Well, they have indicated that they would need to procure some replaceable parts, and then also there will be some extensive work. Some of them have been written off. Some of the scanners have been written off.
Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Edichum visited WASSCE to observe the status of the process. He toured facilities, including rooms housing machines, scanning the objective sessions of exam papers. While progress was evident, challenges with the machines persisted.
We have done about 45. Okay, good. By the end of the day today, we'll hit what, 60?
The machine keeps on breaking down. They are fast good, but they keep on breaking down. So once it's fixed, then we are able to.
The technicians are born together.
WASSCE reports that nearly 50% of the exam papers have been marked. Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Edichum assured that the results will be released before the end of the year.
This is not unusual. However, I came to apprise myself of developments in terms of the fact that they are working now through the holidays to get the results out on or before 29th of this month. So I came and I saw the workers scanning is being done. Close to 50% is done. They assure me by the end of the day over 50% of scanning will be completed. On or about 29th of this month, the results will come out.
There is still no clear timeline when the government will settle the remaining debt of over 90 million Ghana cedis owed WASSCE. The minority in parliament says the current challenges facing the educational sector are clear signs of the ailing educational sector. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
But will this deadline be met? WASSCE officials have been working around the clock to achieve this. On the line with us now is John Kapi. He is Director of Public Affairs at WASSCE, and he will be updating us on how the marking is going. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Kapi. We have 4 days to the 29th of December, the date many students who took the exam, their schools, and even their parents are looking forward to the release of the results. How is the marking going?
Thank you very much for having me. We are on the scanning of the objective answer cards. Unfortunately, the machines are not working at full throttle, so we are moving at a snail pace. In fact, as I speak, there are no staff at the office because the machines that we have fixed are really not working up to expectation. So we are really under pressure, if I could say so.
Well, did the minister know about this situation when he made a promise that by 29th the results will be out?
Well, when the tour was done, I wasn't here, but when I got to the office yesterday, my head of office indicated that they had shown him the amount of work that had been done. About 45% of the job has been done. We have 55% more to do. The scanners are not working at full throttle, and so we would be glad if they release further funds for us to be able to, buy the parts, fix the machines, so that we can have more machines scanning and the work can move on very fast. So this information, I am told, was made available to the minister.
And did you get the funds as you were requesting?
Unfortunately, as I speak with you, we haven't received any more funds apart from the 25 million we received on the 18th of December.
Well, where does this leave us? Will you be able to meet the 29th of December deadline? It's just 4 days to go.
Well, it's 4 days to go. We have indicated the challenges we have. If monies are made available for us to be able to get the machines fixed, we'll recall all staff and then all hands on deck. We are sure we'll be able to meet that deadline. But for now, I doubt if we can make it. It's a very sensitive issue, so I want to be very careful what I say.
Well, many thanks to you. John Kapi is Director of Public Affairs at WASSCE, updating us on the marking of the 2024 WASSCE papers. Well, this afternoon there's a stalemate over results for Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North constituencies as the NPP and NDC refuse to accept each other's pink sheets for the collation process. Out of 9 initially unresolved constituencies, 7 have been successfully resolved, leaving these 2 outstanding. The Electoral Commission explains that the delay is due to the absence of full set of certified pink sheets for some polling stations in these constituencies, with some sheets reportedly destroyed during chaos at the collation centers. The EC has set a Friday deadline to finalize the process. My colleague James Aveji is our man on that beat, and he's joining us with details of what's been going on. He visited the Electoral Commission headquarters where the political parties met. Thanks for joining us, James. What's preventing the EC from going ahead to complete the collation for these 2 constituencies, as we saw for areas like Fantiakwa North and in Sowem Edwejiri?
Well, Fred, from the late night emergency IPAC meeting that was held last night, it emerged that the Electoral Commission did not have any of the pink sheets for the polling stations in question. For instance, for Ablekuma North, there are some 37 polling stations outstanding, which are yet to be compiled. For Dom Kwabenya, 3 actually are left to be compiled. And so the EC at that IPAC meeting last night was actually asking for the assistance of the political parties who partook in the election to assist them with any of the pink sheet of these polling stations in question to help the process. Until now, the EC will be relying on the 2 political parties' pink sheets to actually collate that. The NDC said they have the 3 pink sheets of Dom Kwabenya. The only problem is that one of those 3 polling stations, the parliamentary results were entered on a presidential pink sheet, and so they have presented those 3 to the Electoral Commission, and a final decision will be taken on Friday as to whether they will still use that which has been entered on a presidential pink sheet. The NPP also says they have the digital copies of the 37 for Ablekuma North, and so they will be presenting all of those to the EC, and they will take a final decision on Friday. We can actually listen to the 2 of them, Evans Nimako and Dr. Rashid Tanko, speak to me after the meeting.
There are 3 polling stations that the EC do not have the pink sheet because in the course of the collation,
that's Dom Kwabenya.
Some people attacked the collation center, and then these pink sheets cannot be traced, and the EC plays on record that they don't have it. In the same way as Ablekuma North, the EC mentioned to us that there are 37 polling stations that they are not able to trace the pink sheet. The same way as was Dom Kwabenya was attacked, the collation center at Ablekuma North was also attacked. And so the EC has asked parties to furnish them with the data we have by Friday. So we still interrogate. So that's what has happened today.
But does the NPP have those pink sheets, 37 and 3?
Before our data was attacked at the collation center, we had scanned them. We have scanned all the pink sheets in Ablekuma North constituency. Unfortunately for us, the 3 polling stations in Dom Kwabenya, we don't have them. The EC also don't have it.
And clearly, we have it. That's why you saw me running around.
You have the 3 outstanding polling stations.
Okay. We produce the pink sheets. Initially, we send the scan copies. They wanted to have the original ones. That is the carbon copy given.
The duplicate you had from them.
So we brought it and showed to them. But they were still having difficulty with one because the way it was entered on the presidential pink sheet instead of the parliamentary. So they use a specimen one to do that. That is why they are having challenge. So we deferred that one to Friday. A decision will be taken because we have
that outstanding
man. So clearly, your guess is as good as mine that our madam here was validly elected because we have the documents to prove.
Will you compromise to accept their scan copy to make up the final?
We will not accept any scan copy in this process. We will not.
Why?
We are clearly that cannot be the case. Anybody can see this is an era of technology. You can easily design it.
But if you don't have any and they have scanned copies, are you not ready to compromise?
Why will you take scanned copies? I said somebody can sit in his office and design it.
Well, very difficult situation there. The national coordinator of the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, that's Albert Kofi Ahen. He's joining us right now to help us find a solution to this. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Ahen. It appears both parties are not ready to work together on this. What solutions would you propose?
Are you on the line?
Yes, I'm asking what solutions you. Well, we just lost Albert Kofi Ahen there. We're trying to reconnect with him. Oh, all right. So, Mr. Ahen, thanks for reconnecting. So, it appears that these two parties are not ready to work together. What would you recommend?
Yes, and what is very sad is that we don't have a third or a fourth party that has the records. Normally, when you are in a stalemate like that, you would want to rely. There were how many? 12 parties that contested, and I'm surprised that the other parties also don't have the records. Normally, when we have that problem, you would want to compare records of the other parties, and then you would take a look at it and then take a decision. But here we are with one with scanned copies, the other has it. And then they don't want to agree to each other. So in that kind of stalemate, in that kind of situation, the EC has really got a problem on hand. I did my small research, and what has happened is that it's like, even Kode, when we were there, in the case of the Ablikman North, the parliamentary one was not projected. So our agents there could not get the result from that polling station because it was only the presidential one that was projected. So it makes it difficult to get a neutral person to give you a record that can match any one of them, for the two parties. So it's really a difficult situation for the EC, a very difficult and very dicey. In the case of the other one, which is the Dominic Wabenya, I think they have a similar problem as well. I did a small research by contacting my people. If they could also, be able to produce something by way of record. And unfortunately, the lady who was sent there had to run away because of the problem that, existed there. So what might happen is that if the EC gets to a point where they might not be able to get anything and the two parties are also not agreeing, then probably there has to be a rerun for these constituencies.
These are records of the election which was conducted by the Electoral Commission. We will expect that the EC would have their own copies, at least.
Yes, the EC is supposed to have their copies. But for example, if the EC's copies, like what happened? If there was a pandemonium, there was an attack or something, and the whole place, I'm told some ballot boxes have been ransacked and burnt. If they had these copies in there, normally the EC would want to put the results in a tamper-proof evident envelope. So in the melee, in the case of maybe those areas where there was pandemonium, the EC might lose them. You see, because if they really had them by now, the problem would have been solved. So it means that the EC also didn't have the records because of what happened at the center. So what do we do? What do we do? If they have it, fine, there's no problem. But if they don't have it, then I'm afraid they might have to resort to a rerun of that election at the place because the two big parties are not agreeing or seeing eye to eye with each other with regards to one that has the scanned results and the others, I just heard that they would not take the scanned results. If they would not take it and they don't have a third party who also has it and they can compare, then we are in a stalemate.
Wow. Yeah, a very difficult one indeed. I would like to say a big thank you to you, Mr. Albert Kofi Ahen, the national coordinator of the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, for this, the suggestion from him now is for us to have a rerun of Domkwabenya and Ablekuma North constituencies. We move to health now. The Ghana Health Service is urging Ghanaians to maintain strict personal hygiene during the festive season. In its latest update, the service says it is implementing drastic measures to curb the spread of cholera, which has already affected over 4,000 people and claimed 35 lives. My colleague Michael Ashali is joining me in the studio with details of that statement issued by the Ghana Health Service this morning. Michael, what's the current situation from that statement?
Well, we are told that between the 30th of November and 19th December 2024, an oral cholera vaccination campaign was conducted in the Ewutu Senya East, Ahanta West, Efia Kwesimintin, Sekendi Takrade, Shama Metro municipals, which are the hotspots. A total of 662,906 persons have been vaccinated out of the 702,482 eligible population. After the vaccination campaign, the number of reported cases in those districts have declined steadily. Ewutu Senya East has not recorded, we are told, any confirmed case after the vaccination exercise, Fred.
Well, the service says it is working with the health ministry to implement what it says are drastic measures to bring the situation under control. What are these measures?
Fred, we are told that they have more than 9 measures that they are implementing to bring you excepts of that. It says activation of the National Public Health Emergency Operation Center at the national level, activation of the Public Health Emergency Management Committee in all the affected regions and districts. Also, the deployment of a joint multi-sectorial Public Health Emergency Rapid Response Team from the national, regional and district levels, as well as representatives from NCCE, GES, NADMO and the environmental health in all affected districts. As well, an ongoing detailed outbreak investigation and environmental assessment in all affected districts. It goes on to say that daily active community case search, mobilization of logistics from national and regional levels to support affected districts, and again, strict infection prevention and control practices in all health facilities. It goes on and ends with the vaccination campaigns in hotspot district, Fred.
Well, the statement also ends with a message for Ghanaians on what to do when they feel unwell.
Well, it says that as we enter the Christmas season, we are entreated to drink potable water, eat food that is hot, wash fruits and vegetables thoroughly before consuming, and wash our hands with soap and running water before preparing food, before eating, and after visiting the lavatory or changing diapers and after touching surfaces. They're also going on to recommend that all health workers, district and regional coordinating councils, the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, traditional rulers and other community stakeholders, the media, including the churches, to help them and dedicate some time to teach people about good hygiene.
All right, many thanks to you, Michael Ashali, for those details. Thankfully, we have the Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Asiedu Bequin, joining us for more on this. Thanks for joining us, Doc. The hotspot now is the Western region, where we've lost 17 lives so far. What's the situation today?
Thank you very much. So I would say that the situation in Western region is better. There were 2 main issues that we are able to address. You know, at the peak of the campaign, we were struggling to permeate the community requirements. But now that the campaign is over, the awareness is very high, and people are coming in early. So we are not getting severe diseases, and for a long time now, we haven't gotten any death. The case management is better. So what that we're having a lot of patients, having very few people now. So I think that is good. Then the vaccination too also has helped a lot. So we covered most of the hotspots, and clearly the data is quite good for now.
All right. So is it everyone who can get a vaccine, or you're only vaccinating those in the areas where we have the outbreak?
So we have limited vaccines. Originally, these vaccines were going to part of Ada East, Ada West. Since we had the new surge in cases in Western, we have to now move it to Western. And we focus on the hotspots of Ifeakwesi and then Ntakwadi. We have made a new set of requests. So when it comes, we also see where to go. Normally, you need to apply and provide the evidence that is the need. And then the global group will assess it and deem it fit. So when we get it, we send it to the areas that are most needed.
All right, so water is very important in dealing with this, that's cholera. So you mentioned that you are assessing the availability of potable water. Exactly how are you doing this, and what have you found in this assessment?
Yeah, so I think that usually getting cholera is about access to water, then the sanitary conditions. So where there's limited availability of water, we went with the water department and assemblies to provide potable water. Some they provide tanker services. We did a lot when we had that in Adana. So when there's very little water, we go for it. And then we also provide aqua tablets. So that kind of infect the water bodies if they are contaminated.
All right, many thanks to you for updating us on that situation there. That's Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Esiedu Bekwin. We're taking a short break. When we return, it will be just 24 hours to the biggest Christmas party of 2024. We're talking about the Joy FM family party in the park. Already, we have some eager revelers doing rehearsal at the venue.
Which of the games do you think you can partake in?
Dancing.
You can dance very well?
Yeah.
Are you going to have fun?
I really like food, so I will partake in the eating competition.
You really like food?
Where did I? Now I don't know when you just saw. Obiang, what's your chrome ha? Ain't you want to say petrol software energizing dreams for motion? Hey boy.
Petrosol are celebrating their 10 years in grand style. They're giving back to their loyal customers. Hope you have registered at their online portal. Don't say I didn't tell you, oh.
Each month, customers will stand a chance of winning items like tricycles, motorcycles, television sets, refrigerators, phones, fuel vouchers, and many more. But the best part is that at the end of the promo, we will be giving out a grand prize of 2 Suzuki Espresso cars to lucky winners who stay with us all through the promo period. All you need to join is to visit any of our over 100 stations across the country to get registered, or go to www.petrosolcrm.com to register online.
Petrosol, energizing dreams.
Get ready for another exciting and memorable time with the family as we bring you yet another fun-packed edition of the Joy FM Family Party in the Park.
Set in the Ebri Botanical Gardens, families will once again be treated to lots of bonding and fun activities such as cooking competitions, tag of peace, sack race, musical chairs, dancing competitions, and so much more.
Guess what? We're taking it a notch higher this year. There will be a whole food village where some of your favorite food brands will be present, so you don't need to bother about food at all.
And the new Games Village will be lit with assorted 3D games, FIFA, and many others. This Christmas, Santa will be there with his bag of goodies for the family.
That's not all. Kamido, Kwampa, Kwabena, and many other artists will mount the stage to light up the party.
The Joy FM Family Party in the Park is simply the place to be for families this Christmas.
Mark the date, 26th of December 2024.
Ebri Botanical Gardens, 10 a.m. sharp. Tickets are going for only 200 Ghana cedis for a family of 6.
To purchase your ticket, use the short code *714*003*3#. Select Party in the Park and follow the prompt.
The Joy FM Family Party in the Park is brought to you by Frito Cooking Oil. You deserve a life of goodness. Fortune Low Fat Spread for bread. Always on point. DBS Roofing Industry, your roof expert. Velton's Beer, distributed by Kingdom Books and Stationery. Aquaba Bottled Mineral Water. Day by Day Men, distributed by Dream Cosmetics. Enterprise Life, your advantage. Piva Beverage, a taste you will love. Joy FM Family Party in the Park, creating memorable family moments.
You're welcome back from the break, and let's update you on our top story. There's more uncertainty over the release of the 2024 WASSCE results, despite Education Minister's assurance that it will be out by the 29th of December. And we heard from the Director of Public Affairs at WAEC telling us that it may be very, very difficult to achieve that date. We're watching the space and we'll bring you updates on that. It's Christmas. Well, President Akufo-Addo is charging Ghanaians to jealously guard against any acts of aggression that threatens the nation's peace and unity. Extolling the future he envisions for the country in his latest Christmas message, he urged the security aid services to take a strong stand to protect the ideals of democracy that distinguishes Ghana from other countries in the sub-region, and he also underscored the importance of hope and love as driving forces for national progress.
And preparing to step into the next chapter of my life, I leave you with this thought. Ghana is a nation destined for greatness. Let us protect her peace, cherish her unity, and nurture her promise. Together, guided by the light of hope and the spirit of love, we can achieve extraordinary things. May this Christmas season fill our hearts with joy, our homes with laughter, and our lives with blessing.
Well, by tomorrow, by this time, it will be the family party in the park at the Abri Botanical Gardens, and already, Michael, as we said, we have some families there doing rehearsal for tomorrow. My colleague Semefa Pesu was there.
We have less than 48 hours to the Joy FM family party in the park right here in the Abri Botanical Garden. Where I am standing is the lawn where the party will be taking place. I have some kids. let me interact with them. Hi, how are you doing? Right, so we have a party here on Thursday. You came here with Daddy to survey the place, see how it's going. Are you coming here?
Yes, please. It will be very exciting, I think so.
And what about you? Okay, so you tell me, which of the games do you think you can partake in? Singing, dancing, eating competition? Which one would you do?
Dancing.
You can dance very well?
Yeah.
Okay, so mommy and daddy said they'll be bringing you guys here on Thursday. Are you ready? Yes. Are you going to have fun?
I really like food, so.
Well, and that's it for the news this afternoon. I'm Fred Smith. There's more at myjoyonline.com.